What have we missed?
Let's go have a look.
That was hectic.
Worst case scenario would be that stone flying over the top, clipping a corner of the concrete framework and chipping.
Look. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back.
So it's a pretty hectic morning this morning.
Gosh, we've got a lot to catch you up on today. We've got tons that's happened on the build site, and it's going to be a really, really big day today. But we also have some new members of the family to introduce you to. Puzzling is the right word. Anyway, we'll save that for later.
Already there's been drama on the farm. We've had a lot of water problems this morning. Airlocks in the off-grid piping system, etc, etc. That's something I'm going to need to fix at a lot later date. There's a massive project to connect the biopool with the rest of the farm's off-grid piping system so that we can utilize that water rather than just use it as a nice place to splash around and swim in.
For now, come and have a look at what's been going on, and I'll fill you in on what's going to happen today.
We've been waiting, I don't know, a couple of weeks now for more of the Yellowstone to build the house with. Unfortunately, the guy, it's that time of year, everybody's on holiday. The guys at the quarry haven't been able to cut enough and keep up with demand. So we are waiting for stone to continue building the walls, the stone walls of the house. And it's starting to look pretty snazzy, and I'm really chuffed with it, chuffed to bits actually. The sun's about to rise above the house. Over here we do have some stone. Oh, okay. I couldn't find a cable for the mics.
You're having a wardrobe change.
Yeah, I couldn't find the cable for the mics.
Honestly, it's all quite frantic now.
Okay.
Anyway, look. So that is a big stone. You're welcome.
That stone there is the stone that goes up and around all of the windows. So we've got, I think, four or five windows and doors worth of stone right there that hopefully we're going to be able to put into place at the front of the house today.
It's a big stone that's forming part of the frame for the doors at the front of the house.
Now, it is a pretty delicate job, and the reason for that is we've got very, very, very crisply cut pieces of granite that are going to be the window frames. Now, on some of these pieces of granite already, probably not from transit, probably from where it's been cut at the quarry, we've got little chips in the side of them. Here we go. There we go, rough edge right there. We got a chip right there. What we don't want is those chips and those rough edges facing outwards on the window frame. They want to be hidden away so we can't see them, so that we've got these perfect, beautiful lines. So talked to Marcus this morning, he's already on it. We basically had exactly the same conversation with each other about making sure that the face of that stone is the most perfect, the most excellent face. Other things going on around the farm. Mario, of course, is just around the corner because our next big project is going to be to start building that staircase from the lawn up to the house. Stay tuned.
I've just seen Joao walk in and go Sage, which is 6. So
Okay.
I think it's either for number 5 or number 6, which is the 2 front doors at the very, very front of the house.
Okay, off we go.
Off we go.
So, as I was saying a little bit earlier with my blue t-shirt on, not my black t-shirt.
Why did you change?
Oh, I don't like blue.
I like blue.
I like grey and black.
What do we think, folks? Blue or black?
Yeah,
I liked
no,
blue.
anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about stones. So what have we got? We got, this is number 6 over here. This one.
I don't know. I think
This
it's
is number
single.
6. What's
I
coming
think
up
it's
in there?
single.
What's coming up now?
I think it's single first.
All right, so this is such a delicate procedure. I watched them do the first 2. Basically, worst case scenario for this, cue the dramatic music, would be that stone flying over the top, clipping a corner of the concrete framework and chipping. What we don't want is one of our window frames or door frames made out of stone standing here looking absolutely beautiful with a big chip out of it. We want it to be perfect lines. So big moments here. A little bit nerve-wracking.
I think they've decided to lower it and guide it.
Because I know exactly what's going to happen actually. Marcus and Roby and the gang will probably put it into position perfectly and it'll look absolutely splendid. Then what will happen is 2 months after we've moved in, the boys will come along with a big hammer and just go clonks, and that'll be that. You know, I think I remember doing that. My dad once built a patio and I had a skateboard and I was zooming around on this skateboard. I wanted to do a trick off one of the steps of the patio and I did the trick. It was a really great trick, but as I did it, I chipped out this little piece of stone from the middle of one of the slabs on the stair of the patio. Boy, was I in trouble for that one. Gosh, how's it looking?
Delicate. So they're obviously guiding it in rather than just relying on the crane moving it in, which I think is a very, very smart move. I
see Marcus over there in the background just looking at the plans.
So you guys remember Adao, obviously, who's our site foreman. He's currently off. He had a knee replacement surgery a couple of weeks ago now, isn't it? So he's likely to be off for 3 or 4 months. So the guys here are perfectly capable of doing things, but we're missing him. We are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Not because of the work, but just because he's just a lovely person to have around. And well,
he does a good job.
He does a great job. But I don't want, but not to say that these guys aren't doing a great job without him, because they are.
Tricky being a YouTuber, isn't it?
It's really tricky.
You want to make sure you get everything right.
You never know what you're going to say. Most important thing, darling, I think, is that we don't get in the way. Marcus is measuring the door frame.
Yeah.
So if you have a look here, you can see where they're going. I think it's this one. They start at the end. It's got the chocks ready and the hammer. But you can see they've got these little stands for them here, and they cut out the bricks beyond the insulation to make the space for them, so that we still can have our beautiful big doors without them getting encroached on by the stone frames. It's nearly here.
So we've got 2 very small plinths here at each corner of each door, and these granite rocks, like granite door frames, like Tara just said, will sit on those plinths. Now, why have we got plinths? The reason for that is we want to lift the stone off of the ground, because of course all the way through here this height is going to be raised, the entire floor. It's going to be raised because we're going to be having underfloor heating in there, and we're going to be putting a self-leveling compound down, and tiles of course and other things will raise the floor level by that much. So ultimately we're going to be building on top of the floor, and the granite door frames will sit at the same height as the actual floor will be eventually. Let's bring it down.
This is feeling very tense, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just saying this morning with my blue t-shirt on that this week Mario's coming.
He is coming.
Yeah, we're going to start building that stone staircase from the stone table down the bottom there, all the way up the front to the house. Then we'll have this walkway down here behind you, around the Hobbit house that we've just finished building. I think that was probably last episode, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got that walkway leading around the Hobbit house, and then we'll have another walkway leading directly down, and then we'll be building an outdoor kitchen.
What made me talk more about Adao not being here is he is incredible with that crane, isn't he?
Roby's doing a pretty good job too.
Roby's doing a great job, and
we had some comments about that actually.
Yeah, we did.
How precise they are.
Anyway, we have an issue, everybody. If you look up, you can see we've reached the limit of the crane. So the crane is not going to get the block to this door frame. I don't know what they're going to do. They might have to wait until they've moved the crane to do the other door. We've been talking about it for ages because we always thought it was imminent, and it obviously wasn't imminent. But the crane is going to move from where it is currently on the driveway to literally just here in front of the building. And that will happen once they've finished all the work on that side. They'll be moving the crane around so they can finish all the work on this side. I'd say we're still a month or so off that at least, don't you think, love?
I think so. I'm really, really, really hoping that when we get another delivery of stone, I'm really hoping that I can help Marcus now that I've finished other projects around the farm that really needed to be done for the summer. I'm hoping that I can get involved with the stone, laying the stones over those arches, and then we'll be getting those big wooden beams and putting the big wooden beams and covering the terrace. Right, here we go. I wonder how much that piece of stone cost. I thought you dropped it. I wasn't looking. I was looking down at my lawn. I was like, no, he's dropped it. Okay.
such legends. I love it.
Okay, Marcus is just talking about lifting it up and then twisting it so that we get the right face.
That was hectic.
Okay, now they've got to spin it.
Spin it?
So hectic, man. It's like, this is properly hands-on work, isn't it? You know,
There's just so much that can go wrong as well.
we've got 4 people working on putting one stone into place, and it's taken half an hour. We're building a house, I think, that probably in the future just people won't put that kind of effort into building houses anymore. You know, they don't put that kind of effort into building houses anymore. Mostly in the UK, what they're doing at the moment is putting stud wood frames up and boarding it out and then putting a cladding over the top of it and calling that a house. They're designed to last 50 years, 60 years, no longer. I'm so grateful that we are able to build a house for generations like this. You know, a lot of that, almost all of that, is entirely down to you guys watching the newbies, watching this show, because with your support, with your clicks, with your watching, so thank you very much for that. You guys want to watch this being put into place, we're putting it into place. There's a symbiotic relationship between our creating a house here and you guys being involved in that process and being as all together being able to create something that will be here long, long, long after we've all left this planet.
And give some really skilled, incredible people work.
Yeah, absolutely. In Portugal, you know, rather than having to ship it out.
How are they going to do the one on the top?
Yeah, that's a lot easier, I think. Just slides in.
How do they lift it up there?
Huh?
What do you mean, just slides it? They've got to lift it up. They can't use the crane. How's it looking?
I mean, that's a good point, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what Marcus is doing at the moment is he's protecting that stone with
From his lever.
Yeah, and gonna slide it in place, but he's protecting it. He's putting that, you know, like I do when I'm hitting wood. Instead of having the metal go onto the wood, I'll put a piece of wood in between the wood that I'm hitting so it doesn't leave any marks or scars.
So they're just going to clamp it in place now. Okay, while the guys are loading up that next stone, I won't keep you waiting so long. Come and meet the new members of the newbie household. I think this one's going to surprise you.
Just like if somebody was about to steal your identity. Now we're going to get back to Tara's surprise shortly, but first let me introduce you to, if we haven't already, Incogni. In the space of just 1 year, data breaches rose by 211%. That was before AI even took a massive hold. Nowadays, if you're not protected by systems like Incogni, you are leaving yourself extremely vulnerable. Data brokers are out there operating and selling your information. They could sell things like your health records to insurance companies, or they could just completely steal your identity. Incogni is really smart. It scours the internet for places where your data has been used in places that you might not know about. It requests that your data is removed, and it continually checks to make sure that your data doesn't reappear. Getting set up is as simple as opening an account. Here's the best bit. If you sign up for their annual plan, you're going to get 60% off by using our unique discount code. And that basically means that you're going to be able to protect your online presence for less than a couple of cups of coffee every month. As always, use the link in the description below. Thanks very much, Incogni, for being the paid partner of this episode. Right. What was that surprise again?
You won't be expecting it at all. But we have had to change our minds. I say we, you. This
is never coming in the house.
Is Beanie.
Yeah.
He's still a little bit scabby and looking a little bit rough around the edges.
I agreed because he was ginger.
But Beanie has a friend. There is another one, but it's hiding. Anyway, Obi and Beanie are besties already. Like proper besties. And this little puddle of ridiculousness is Puzzles, who seems to be absolutely delighted with having his back scratched. Are you a silly... Oh my god, he's purring. So, Puzzles is the first cat we found. The kids were all swimming at the bio pool and John saw this little kitten coming down to get a drink. Honestly, look at him. So this is Puzzles. And Puzzles was absolutely riddled with fleas and very mucky eyes and looking very sorry for himself. Anyway, we took him to the vet to get him dewormed and defleed. And then we were like, what do we do now? Do you remember, you guys might remember a couple of months ago, we found another cat on the farm.
No, more than that.
It must be 6 months ago, if not more. We know that the neighbour's house has got cats that are unattended and clearly not neutered and are producing kittens. So we need to do something about that. But this little thing arrived looking very, very dehydrated and super hungry. So we took him to the vet and then we came home and we were kind of pondering, what do we do now? Because the last cat we had, John's very allergic to cats, as you all remember. And it was bedlam. Anyway, long story short, that cat is now called Maria and she lives with our very, very good friend Celia. And she is living the life of Riley. Absolutely delighted with her lot in life. So we weren't really sure what to do with this one. Anyway, while we were thinking about it, we decided to have some lunch. So we sat down for lunch and... oh, look. Look at Beanie. Oh dear, I mean, how could we not have changed our minds? Anyway, so as we're sitting having lunch, Sawyer walks up to the table and goes, Ma'am, Obi's found another cat.
Who remembers that story when the story of Sawyer getting bitten by the mouse? He walks up to me with a little bloody finger as I'm building the table and he says, Dad, I've just been bitten by a mouse. And of course, it's such a preposterous notion that I just kind of dismissed it. So he wandered off a little bit like, Mum, I've just been bitten by a mouse, showing everybody his bloody finger. And then it turns out Sawyer was actually bitten by a mouse. So Sawyer, tell me what happened.
It bit me on here, and then it bit me. Well, it was biting me there.
So when Sawyer came up to us and said, Obi's found another cat, my immediate thought went to the mouse. And Sawyer's never lied in his life because he just doesn't know how to.
Hello, mister.
Some of that black cereal.
Yes, you can. Off you go.
But anyway, we've got two cats.
Excuse the mess in here. Long story short, we walked down to where little Puzzles was. Hey, do you love it, buddy? Do you love him so much? Hey. We walked up to where Puzzles was, and there was a second cat, which of course was Beanie. So back to the vet we went with Beanie. The vet thought it was hilarious and we were all like, oh gosh, where there's two there must be more.
There's going to be another cat somewhere, boys.
Come on, Obi. So this is where we found the first cat that ever came to the farm.
Do you know what the problem is?
What?
We got a dog.
What's that problem? So
Well,
he keeps
if we
finding
didn't
them.
get the dog, then nothing would ever get found. You don't find cats, you know?
What's another cat?
Anyway, the boys are super excited, obviously. They've both named them. They've chosen their cat. I don't really know how we get out of this one. I'm not sure it's possible. What's that?
I'm gonna sneeze.
You're going to sneeze. Excuse Crusoe's black eye, everybody. His cousin kicked him in the face while they were swimming. Darling, I don't think we're going to find another cat unless the another cat wants to be found. But we have looked and we can't find any more. So they've both been defleed, they've both been dewormed. I'm going to interrupt here, guys, with a bit of an update from the future. Having had these gorgeous babies for a few weeks, we realised that actually these two deserve to be thoroughly spoiled house cats. And thankfully we managed to find them a loving home with a family nearby who are absolutely over the moon. We loved our time with them, so we will share a little of that story with you, but know that Puzzles and Beanie are happy and well and so very loved. So there you have it.
Okay, so the next one's coming across. Tara's right, you know. How are they going to get the top one in? It's going to be tricky. Maybe leave that for another day.
Anyway, while we've been with the cats, the second stone is coming into place. Look at that. Off they go.
Fingers, fingers, fingers. Oh, I'm exhausted. What do you reckon that weighs?
I have no idea. 300 kilos? More?
Let's ask chat. It's doing all the math for me. Look, as I'm standing here. Final answer. Approximately, granite column measuring 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres by 2.5 metres would weigh. Comments below, please. Have a guess. We'll tell you at the end of the episode.
Oh, the view is looking extraordinary today, isn't it?
It is, yeah. When after Mario's come and put the staircase in, we're going to start building an outside kitchen, like I said earlier. And then as we get into the cooler weather and the rain starts to come back, there's going to be an entire project down in the lawn where we're going to be re-landscaping parts of it and replanting basically, because after 3 years of plants being in one place, I now know that there's a lot of stuff in the wrong place.
Okay, so those two are in. Now's the question, right? Can they get that top one in? I'm not sure. We'll see. They're either going to do that or they're going to move on to door number 6.
Yeah.
Sounds like a game show.
It does, doesn't it? Feels like one. What's really exciting is
We've got 2 cats, I know, it's really exciting.
No. That's not exciting. The light coming through the tree.
Beautiful, huh?
Yeah, that's going to be our living room.
That is going to be our living room. What is the plan here, love?
So this will be a wall here,
They're
and
not
then
doors.
double doors here.
So we don't get this view. That's bonkers, and that needs to change. 100% that's got to change, love.
Okay, you're right.
We can't not have that. Like, that is the best view in the entire house. We can't put a wall here.
Okay, so the double doors are in the wrong place, aren't they?
Yeah. They're not there, they got to be here.
You're right. Okay, plans are being made for the
guys
top.
are going to lift it.
Is
But
it?
they said they need my help.
I don't want to watch that.
I've been eating my spinach. Yeah, no chance. I don't know what they're going to do. I think they're going to wait.
I think they're going to leave that, aren't they? They'll move on to the next bit. Well, we'll see.
Door number 6 next. Nice and easy, because that one can use the crane.
There it comes. Just through the gap there, you can see it.
Não. Pra cima. Eu estou aqui. Pra cima. Vai. Look at it. Back. Okay, yeah.
Escora.
Opa, agora, eu estou! Peraí. Anda com o pé mais para fora, cara. Tens outros para baixo? Tu havia estado ali para a grua apanhar isso. Vai. Alto aí agora.
Well done, fellas.
Alto aí, tá bom?
That's in place.
Espera aí, vou colocar um bocadinho. Ela aqui está justo. Está cruzada.
All right, well, we've missed a lot. We went out.
We went out for a swim because it's very, very hot. What have we missed? No!
Let's go have a look.
Oh my gosh, we missed it!
I know. Do you know what I saw when I first walked in? That. And then I was like, oh no, I really wanted to film that being taken out. So Marcus says, of course, we've got no stone going on at the moment. So Marcus has been working pretty hard on that.
Wow. That's like such a good idea of what it's going to look like when it's finished.
That's our window, our kitchen window.
Beautiful. Wow. Cool, hey? Does it look amazing?
Does it feel like you're living in a castle?
Magical cave.
Is it? Yeah.
Fica melhor.
Magnifico.
Hã?
Magnifico. Beautiful, bonito. Bonito. Muito bonito. Obrigada, Marcus.
Tem que coisa, não há pedra, não temos pedra.
See? Yeah, perfect.
Fazer isso aqui.
We don't have any stones, so we're doing some finishing touches before we even built the house.
Por amanhã, já fica.
Okay.
Okay, all of the fellas have gone home now. What is it? Just gone 6 o'clock in the evening. As Marcus is putting this together and just finishing off the pointing, or starting to do the pointing, I'm looking at some of these angles and I really, really want to soften a few of them. So rather than saying, hey Marcus, could you soften those corners, I thought I'd come out and just have a quick go myself with the hammer and chisel. If you remember, maybe 4 or 5 months ago when Brady was here from Raising Voyages, Marcus was showing us how to hit the stones and round off those edges and make them look good. And in the future, we're going to be doing that with every single stone on the outside of the build. So I've got a good idea of how to do it. I'm just going to get to it. Here's a corner, look, it's coming like this and then straight down. I'm just going to get rid of that corner there, nice and easy. And then when the pointing goes in, it'll be a lot rounder, a lot softer edges. That's what I'm looking for from this whole project, to be honest.
It is past 6 o'clock, and usually that means the building site has gone quiet. But not today, because someone's got themselves a chisel and a hammer.
Normally, darling, people say that the other way around.
What?
Normally it's a hammer and a chisel.
Is it?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, Marcus has started pointing these stones.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he would go ahead and do it himself before he's pointing, but I just want to get rid of all of the sharp edges.
Yeah.
And the angles. You remember at the beginning we were talking about being able to hug stone.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now. All right, it's the end of the episode. Fantastic. We had a little bit of a competition earlier. I wonder how many of you got it right without reading the comments below. The answer is actually 275 kilograms.
I was nearly on the money. I said 300.
And if you're a stones and pounds kind of person, 43 stone.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, I felt that even land.
We are about to enter into what I can only think is going to be some of the most challenging days of the build.
Thanks very much everybody for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we'll see you in a few days.
Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.